excellent Hwang player, he's got to be the excellent Hwang salesman. He's a
Yeah,
great
I have to
Hwang
sell
salesman.
Hwang.
He really can.
He's cool looking. I just have no clue what he is. But that's the point. Why I'm here.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you. Don't worry.
Yeah, exactly. We're just
yeah.
gonna hit. We're gonna use the hard hitting questions today, like how well, how do you apply AA? So.
Oh God, don't even get me started. That's actually like an actual like thing.
Oh no, I was just fucking around. Are you serious? It's a thing.
Yes.
That's funny. Yeah, now I have to get into that later. Okay, hold on.
Oh no.
All right. Hey, what's up, everybody? Little late on the stream. I apologize about that. It is 100% Saiyne's fault and Boom's fault. It is not my fault at all. So, Saiyne's joining us tonight to co-host. One of my favorite people and one of my favorite people, Boom, joining us. What's going on tonight, gentlemen? How you guys doing tonight?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here, and I don't know anything about Hwang, so that's why I'm here also.
I'm doing pretty alright. I'm ready to teach the masses about Hwang. Hwang is we're gonna get. If you didn't want to go back to school, well, too bad. You're here now. You're already in class.
Too bad.
So,
yeah. All right. So, if you don't know who Boom is, I'm not telling you. All right. So we're on episode 21. So these are the two of them. So if you don't know who he is, you're just a bad person. I don't want to talk to you ever again. So
educate yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Saying again, if you don't know who he is, go back to episode 1. Right, do your damn research. I'm not doing it for you tonight because I got promoted today and I have a rum and coke. I'm not dealing with the shit.
Hey.
So we have the Hwang teacher with us. We're gonna start with we're gonna go back to the basics, like the first episode. Boom, take your time on this, man. We got no rush tonight. We're just chilling.
Okay.
I think your opinion differs a lot from when you first made the episode of what kind of character Hwang is. So go into as much detail as you like. Go ahead, my man.
Yeah, so this character is actually like extraordinarily well-rounded, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that when I first did the Hwang tutorial, I thought that, maybe this character is like meant to be mid-range because like he's got all these cool mid-range pokes, he's got so much range and stuff like that, he's got cool stuff. And not like up close, but he's got like super duper cool up close tools, and like he's got like mix ups on hit, he's got like raw stances. So this character can do it all. He's got like anti soul charge stuff, he's got anti guard break stuff, he's got anti low life stuff. Like this character has literally everything you'd want in a character. His guard break game can be pretty insane depending on if you want to use talismans. It's just his character requires a thing called situational awareness or game sense, whichever you want to call it, right?
I like that, yeah.
And if you don't have very good situational awareness or very good game sense, this character is a struggle. This character rewards your knowledge for playing the player and not necessarily the opponent. It's very hard to be robotic with this character.
Right.
But yeah, this character really is well rounded. He definitely excels in the mid range. Kind of like right here. He's got one of the better backdashes in the game, probably the best right side step in the entire game. Being able to step Zhanghua's 2-2B, being able to step things like the Haomaru unblockable. That's been a thing on Twitter. He actually stepped it to his left. Being able to step as well 6BA, being able to kill A plus B post GI at certain ranges. He's got his movements like actually like fantastic.
Whoa.
Yeah, and his range is fantastic, and his up close game is probably the weakest part of his game, but it's still very good because he's got so many tricks and tips. He's got so many tricks to like trick the opponent into thinking that it's their turn, but it's not. This character is a lot. This character is amazing and very well rounded, but he definitely takes work to play. 100%. It takes a lot of work.
Okay, that's a good description, man. Thank you for that. So I'm sure the answers will be different, but what are now your favorite moves with Hwang?
Favorite moves. Do you want to talk about favorite moves? Or you want to talk about favorite moves first? Or you want to talk about all his subsystems first?
You're driving. Go for it.
Okay. Let's talk about subsystems first because some of the favorite moves have to do with the subsystems real quick. So yeah, I'll go over it as thoroughly and as quickly as possible, right? So as you can see with Hwang, you see the number 4. That's his life force. I like to refer to them as talismans, even though technically it's life force, but talismans is just easier to say.
Right.
He can have up to 9 talismans, and when he has 9 talismans, or this is what you call positive. Positive is when you're at 9. Negative is when you're at negative, and you can also be negative at 0. 0 is technically negative in this case.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Right. So when you are at positive talismans, there are a few things that happen. One, you get certain lethal hits. You get a post jab lethal hit with a B slide K, B plus K. You get a minus 18 lethal hit punish with a 2 to 6 A B, which is really good. And you get extra meter on whenever you finish a round, you get extra meter depending on if you're like +4 talismans or above. You get extra meter at the end of the round.
Oh, sick!
Right?
I know that.
Yeah. So positive talismans are really good when you want to play like a very basic game, right? Let me make sure I'm not forgetting any of my lethal hits. At it. Yeah. That's pretty much positive talismans in a nutshell. When you're negative, this is where the game gets kind of weird, right? So when you are a -0 and you end around -0, you start to lose. You start the next round with 10% health gone, right? You gain 2 talismans, but you start the next round with life gone, right? And at 0, and at 0, 1 and 2 actually. Hold on, let me get back to 0. At 0, 1 and 2, see how they're gray?
Right.
That means you get no benefits. You have no benefits whatsoever. You're just at this awkward ass number of -2, 0, -2, -1, 0. And we'll talk about how to get talismans soon, right? When you are at -3, it turns yellow. That denotes a couple things. One, you're at a buffer for a lethal hit. So now when you are at -3 talismans, and when you're at negative talismans in general, you get a lethal hit that's able to be done once per game, right?
Sick. Okay.
When you're positive, your lethal hits are able to happen whenever you get them. Like it's a regular lethal hit, right? You hit it as many times as you can in the game.
Right.
But when you're negative, you only get one per game, right? At -3, your back throw becomes a lethal hit. You can do like a cool combo and stuff like that, yada yada yada. Hwang shit. So when you're at -6, also when you're at -3, you lose like 20% health at the beginning of the round, right? When you're at -6 to -8, you turn to orange, but you gain access to another lethal hit, which is your 4 AA lethal hit, right?
Okay.
When you are at -6, you can also do your -3 lethal hit, right? So don't think that like if you can only do the back lethal hit at -3. Once you're like -3 and below, it unlocks that lethal hit, right?
Okay.
Now at -9, this is where things get scary because you start the next round at like 45% health gone, right? But you gain access to like one of the dirtiest lethal hits in the game, which is a stance low, right?
Oh yeah.
The scaling's pretty bad, but like you can ring out off of this low, you can regain talismans off of this low. It's actually pretty decent when you're in this position.
Is that why I think
right?
the damage is so low because it's so versatile?
Yeah, it's a horizontal low, which Wu Zhang Talisman K. It does. You wanna know how it does 22 damage. It's +6 on hit, -14 on block. It's actually a very fantastic low. Sometimes if you block it from this far, like you actually just can't punish it because it's just too short. Yeah, like let me see if I can like.
It's vertical.
It's a horizontal.
Horizontal. Wait.
Yeah, it's horizontal low. Yeah.
Oh
you
my god.
Yeah, you can't really. Well, if I closer, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really punish it at certain ranges. Yeah. It's really hard to deal with, right?
I mean,
It's plus,
even if it misses at this range, you're like pretty much safe from most of the cast.
yeah, and it's +6. You see a lot of Hwangs do it and cancel in a stance, but by itself, it's +6. So it's like, okay, cool, right? But that's -9. That's talismans and that's positive talismans and negative talismans. There are certain ways to regain talismans, right? The easiest way to regain talismans is to go to the next round. Whether you win or lose a round, you gain 2 talismans, no matter what.
Okay.
Right? The second easiest way to gain talismans is to use your critical edge when your opponent is in guts. Right? So I'm gonna go down to -9 talismans. So I'm gonna CE you, right? So if I CE you and you're in yellow, whether it kills or not, you gain 3 talismans if you hit the CE in guts.
Well.
Right? And if you kill with it, you not only gain the 3 talismans, but you gain the 2 talismans for next round. Right? Something to keep in mind. So that's just, like if you watch me play, a lot of times I'll do a CE even though it doesn't kill in guts because I prefer the talismans rather than starting the round at like negative with like -20 health. Right? So that's kind of why I do that.
That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's a lot of meter management too, right?
Yes, and the third way to get into that, third way to regain talismans has to do with the auras, right? There are 3 auras that you can do outside of Soul Charge, and 1 aura you can do inside Soul Charge. The first aura that you probably see all the time is this red aura, Devastation.
Mhm.
Now, Devastation is really, really good. I think Devastation is the best aura in the game. 1, it increases your meter gain on certain attacks. The attacks that it actually increases your meter gain on are A plus B, 6B plus K, Divine Wings BB. Oops. Divine Wings BB, and actually Soul Attack. Those are the moves that where the talisman actually is very, very, very important and very good.
Do you like your soul attack?
Yes, actually, it's +8. It's not bad. BB catches step to each side.
Wow.
And I like a soul attack because it puts the opponent in an immediate mix because he's got like an unbreakable command grab. He's got a low. He's got a mid. He's got his soul charge is kind of insane, but you have to understand how the character works to actually understand his soul charge. So like, yeah, I like it. I like soul attack. The cool thing about Red Aura is it's anti soul charge. So can you go ahead and soul charge for me? See how I was at 3 talismans, but when he soul charged, I actually gained 2 talismans. This is another way to gain talismans, and one of the reasons why I think this is the best. Because it controls your opponent's meter, right? So yeah, when you're in soul charge, if you soul attack, so see how I'm at like 4.
Mhm.
If I take a talisman, right, I lose 1 talisman just to get an ore, right?
Mhm.
So if I go into red, because it's in soul charge, I technically gained 2, right? Now that you're in soul charge, guess what? I get a lethal hit for you just being in soul charge.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, it's actually like insane. So if I do this correctly,
How fast is that move that you're doing?
I-18.
Oh man, so you could block that and punish it then, right?
No.
Oh,
That's
man.
it's minus 14. Yeah, this I can block and punish, but I'm not in the red. But the
Okay.
cool thing about this is you're like, oh well, like he has a lethal hit and soul charge. That's not really that good. Well, let me go ahead and so I'm gonna put your soul charge normal. I'm gonna go ahead and erase your soul charge. Can you go ahead and soul charge for me, and just not block?
Ooh.
Look at your soul charge timer. It's gone.
Oh no.
It's gone.
How do you,
All because
how do you not
you
feel bad
all
about
be
yourself? It's awful.
I think it's fantastic. You wanna know what else is cool? So I'm gonna AA you and I want you to soul charge after I AA you.
Okay.
Ready?
My goodness. That's ridiculous.
This character
I
rewards the hardest it reads, but wow.
I didn't do any damage, but you have no soul charge. And the cool thing about that RI is I spent 50%. I spent half a bar to do that RI.
Did you just take
I
that away?
gained the meter back and more while taking your soul charge away.
So my soul charge, I wasted my whole meter. You gained meter, and I took a little bit of damage. That's godlike.
Mm-hmm.
Holy
And you're like,
shit.
but boom, what if I just RGI, right? So I'm gonna AA you a soul charge and just RGI, right?
Okay.
Well, not RI.
Oh,
RGI.
yeah, just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm a bugger.
Yeah. You're good.
No.
Same thing
Did you gain health?
happens.
Did you gain health?
No, I didn't gain health. I gained meter.
And 100 damage. Oh.
And 100 damage, and you have no
Oh.
soul charge.
And you took my shit.
What?
And you took my
Yeah.
shit.
No,
I
this
took
is
a shit.
illegal.
Hey, look, it's red aura. It's devastation. It's probably the greatest aura ever. It just controls it. It's like Geralt, except all the time, and you can actually like increase your meter gain. And this, by the way, this move GIs all highs.
Oh, I see the top. How's the window for it? Is it tight or what?
It's not that tight. It's pretty lenient.
Oh, that is pretty. Yeah.
But it-
Wow. Even on parser.
Including grabs.
Yeah, it GIs grabs as well. So like if Astral's trying to grab me in soul charge, I just do it and he dies.
Wow. So
So, like,
Saiyne can't criminal either. Ooh.
This is
like,
fudged.
if you try to like if you try to A6B, Ace the first part of A6 is a high. I eat it and your soul charge dies. Like
Oh, oops.
it's actually insane.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it's
Reach
gone.
plus A6.
Yeah.
Wow.
You try to command grab me, like you try to command grab me, like
What's the startup again?
18, right?
I-18.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Ugh.
Like you try to command grab me and I read the grab, I can GI the grab.
Oh wow.
There it is. Like it's actually just insane
That's
what
a
this
very
what the dude
nice
could do.
window. That's a really nice window.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this normal, you wanna guess the frames on it? You wanna guess?
-6?
On block? That's your guess?
Yeah.
That's your guess?
-9.
-9? It's -2 on block.
Oh,
I
no.
can't. Okay, I gotta
It's
go
-2 on
home.
block. You wanna guess what it is on hit?
No, I don't like this game.
It's +8.
Oh,
It's
my
+8 on hit and -2 on
Ah.
block. It's actually it's I-18 high. It's I-18 vertical high. So like it's like kind of like decent. It's like there's a little bit of risk to it. But like the fact that it does all that when your opponent so like it just in general, and then also has the added benefits of when your opponent soul charges, makes it a very good move. Like this aura, this devastation aura is probably the most complete aura ever.
You
Like,
you
out of-
converted somebody. Casino is a Hwang main now. You converted somebody.
Is he? Let's go. Like this character is actually just like insanely wild, right?
Hey, but you called it. To be fair, you called it when the game came out. You called it, I think, in a week and a half. Like, you
Yeah.
don't need a PhD to play this character. You did say
Yeah,
that.
this is just one of his things. The next one that I'm gonna go over is Vigor. This one is cool because this one allows him to gain a lethal hit at low life. Which when you hit guts.
Okay.
So like 9B becomes lethal hit when I get guts,
Oh.
right? So what I'm gonna do is I do this, and now I do 6B plus K and I gain life. Right? So like all the moves before A plus B gives me life. Divine Wings BB gives me life. 6B plus K gives me life. And the cool thing is you saw how I did the lethal hit, right?
Mhm.
So hit me in the guts. Every time you go into guts with this aura, you get a talisman. And this is one of the rare ones where like if you are in guts,
Right.
and you heal outside of guts and go back in the guts, you still have the lethal hit. It does not go away.
Wow. The whole match.
Yeah, the whole match. So every time you put in guts, this is one lethal hits that no matter where you're positive or negative, it's so good. And then you have certain combos you'll understand, like when your opponent's back turned, you can do stuff like I gotta get you back turned. Just
Go for it.
stuff like this, where like this is guaranteed, and that's like max meter gain / max life gain / max guard damage gain. It's super good. And also on top of that, your soul attack gives life and it's +8. And because you have an aura equipped, so when you have an aura equipped, it doesn't matter what aura you have. Your A plus B does more damage, your 6B plus K does more damage, and your Divine Wings BB does more damage because you have an aura equipped, right? And so when it comes to certain matches like Nightmare, see how my B plus K does 16?
Right.
It doesn't break armor. But if I equipped an aura, now all of a sudden I have an I-12 vertical that breaks armor. That's safe versus Nightmare.
Wow.
What?
It's and by the way, it guard breaks, and you can go in a stance with it, and yeah, I mean I'm getting ahead of myself.
So you're trying to get a nerf, basically. I got it.
Nah, he doesn't need a nerf. He actually needs bug fixes. That's the big thing.
I agree.
Um,
I agree. Wow.
but yeah,
it's
you
all
get-
interesting stuff, man. It's really good.
Yeah, you gain talismans when you get into guts. The last aura that's normal is Might aura, which triggers when you are put into red guard gauge. That's not that. So like, if I'm just for guard crush, you gain 2 talismans when you are just about to get guard crushed, right? And it definitely does things like so like the blue aura, same thing with the attacks. This restores your guard gauge, A plus B, 6B plus K, Divine Wings BB, this restores your guard gauge. But the cool thing about this is, so 4A plus B, this move, right? It's -12. It has a cool little like 4A plus B 6, which is completely safe. That's 15% guard damage for some godforsaken reason. Can do like reverse ring outs
Oh.
with stuff like this. But this auto GIs every single vertical in the game. Every single vertical in the game. And because if I'm low health, I get this combo and I get like my my guard stamina back, right?
That's fair.
And it's cool because if you look at the concept of what moves guard break in this game, all of them are vertical. Most of them are verticals. 94% of them are verticals.
That's
Right? So there's the rare horizontal guard breaks for certain characters, but most of them are vertical. So while
Yeah.
in theory it's good, the auto GI window needs to be a little bit faster for it to actually like matter. Because if you could wake up and do it, it'd be sick. But I understand the damage in how broken that could possibly be.
Yeah, maybe they could lower the
So
damage off it and then just increase the window.
yeah, because I mean I like to just go in a soul attack when I get this because now you have to
Oh.
guess.
Right.
Because then I can just command grab you for ridiculous amounts of damage, stuff like that. So but that's might. It's not really the best. You can kind of manipulate your own guard gauge too, actually, with Wu Shang K. Oops, that's a lethal hit that does it when you are in when your opponent has 2 bars. But see how I just got 4 talismans there? If you do Wuzhang K and you hold it, as long as you have guard stamina, you get talismans. But it takes 50% stamina. So if I do it twice, I put myself in red guard gauge and I get my lethal hit. But it's a dangerous game. It's like Cassandra where you can control your guard stamina in senses.
That's wild.
In cases.
Yeah.
That's wild.
But yeah,
So crumple stun is +6 too. You said
this crumple stun?
the soul attack crumple stun.
Oh, it's +8.
After the combo.
+8.
+8.
Yeah.
Ooh.
As long as you air reset them, it's +8. If you do it off a wall, it's 0. It's really, really weird decision, but that's pretty much subsystems in general. And we have to go with the subsystems first because some moves take talismans away. Like 6B plus K takes talismans away. Every time you go into a stance, it takes talisman away.
So I'll make a dedicated.
General-
I'll make a dedicated section on here. So the first like 20 minutes were just subsystems. You said.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a section. For that.
Cool. So, okay, general rule of thumb with the moves that take away talismans or take away your life force is that if you cancel, most moves you cancel off of a horizontal will cost you 2 talismans, right? 6-6A in the stance costs 2 talismans. Full crouch 1K in the stance costs 2 talismans. I actually have a list of moves that actually cost talismans and stuff. Let me actually pull that up really quickly. But a lot of stance entry moves. So I'm coming out with a written guide at some point, which I could probably like attach this onto the video, but I definitely want you to watch the video first. Usually if you are doing a vertical into a stance transition, it will cost you 1 talisman. And if you are doing a horizontal into a stance transition, it takes 2 talismans, right? The only exceptions are his backswing blow, which is 4/4B plus K.
Okay.
And 6B plus K. They both take 2 talismans. But I forgot to talk about Iron Will real quick. So Iron Will is one that is an aura that you can do while in soul charge. The damage you get off of this is insane. 6B plus K is a lethal hit that gives you 3 talismans, or I think 3 talismans.
I don't see a lot of people use this. Why don't they use this more?
It's very nuanced, to be honest with you. It's very hard to do.
So
This
situational.
yes and no. It's becoming more and more non-situational, actually. Because the cool thing about this, so if I do like you get 6 talismans back for landing Divine Wings BB. If I do Iron Will and I do get a A plus B, I get 6 talismans back. But the cool thing is, I think the coolest thing about this thing is if I do Iron Will Soul Attack,
Right.
you gain 9 talismans back.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
Another cool thing about Iron Will, so I want you to block my AA and then GI.
Okay. Just kidding.
Actually, yeah. Look at this damage.
Middle.
I was
Wow.
Yeah, I was in soul charge, so technically that doesn't count. So if you want to like,
Still 100
Yeah.
damage in the middle of the ring. And
Yeah.
Oki. And Oki.
yeah,
Oh my God.
and you lost 15% guard gauge because I did this, and it takes 50% guard gauge off on hit. So yeah, Iron Will is definitely usable. It just requires
This character's
way more
wild, man.
experience.
Wow.
Yeah, but back to favorite moves, because
This character can. Oh no.
Yeah.
He's a menace.
Yes. So there's certain moves that I thought were good,
Okay.
but now they're not as good. The biggest one being 6AA. You can duck this on block. Please duck it because this is not good enough to warrant a follow up. If you just fuzzy duck, you cover both options.
Okay.
But it is good as a frame trap. So like, if you 2A somebody and like 2A somebody and then like they try to move, it will frame trap. So yeah, get hit by the 2A. So like if I do this and they try to move,
Oh yeah.
it will
yeah,
hit
you
back.
stuffed me.
It'll hit back steps and side steps. So it's very good for that.
Okay.
And it's cool because it can go in a stance on hits, which I'll get into his stances in a little bit. But yeah, that move is kind of like a noob killer. What I've been using is A6, which does this pretty much the same thing except it's -6 on block. So
And there's no visual
it
cue with
means
the duck either, which is good.
yeah. So -6 is good because so AA me after you block my A6. It's enough to where you can L1A under highs and stuff like that. It's really good. Under I-12 highs.
I keep waiting for the lethal
super
hit,
good.
but I forgot that's Mitsu. That's right.
Yeah. Super good move. Another good move is 6A plus B. My favorite move of the entire game. 6A plus B is super good because one, it's safe. It's -6 on block. So again, if you try to AA me, I can just go underneath it because this character's dumb. Oops, I didn't do that correctly. -6, really good. Has a stance cancel, which is really cool. Which we talked about. So you remember you saw you 2A there, right?
Right.
2A again.
Oh no.
Can't 2A. And lethal hits because you have 2 bars, but it has an auto GI there.
That's nice.
I think I can also go ahead and 2A again. I can also frame trap it with that,
Yeah,
which is
definitely.
like 43 damage.
Definitely.
Yeah. Even if you don't hit confirm like this, it's still +6. Like, so like even if you can't hit confirm, like that's a combo, right? Into the stance of the B. But even if you don't hit confirm, you just do this, you're still +6, 26 damage. It's really good. And also it reaches from like so far away. You start wall combos with it. It's such a good tool to keep people out. And like if they step in, you can cover yourself with the Wu-Tang K, which is a auto GI that GIs everything except for low kicks.
Okay.
I think you can 2K. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, you can 2K. But if you try to step, there's like the Wu-Tang A. You try to like mash, use Wu-Tang B. Like it's just a guess. And if you like respect the mix up, he can go into other stances too. Like he can do this. Like try to AA me afterwards, or not. Well, I guess delay it a little bit. Like, oops. So like if you hesitate and like try to stab, I can do something like that.
Oh, I see.
If you like try to like 2A me, I can fly over you and stuff like that. Like it's a lot with that one. And then you can also go into the back stance and mix you up, which is like yin yang stance.
That's
Oops.
obnoxious. Yeah. That's obnoxious.
Yeah, yin yang stance. But yeah, it's this that move is a staple in my book. Another good staple of mine is 1B. This move is so good, it's insane. -12 on block, -2 on hits, but also on counter hit, it causes a crumple stun, which you can combo off of. If I'm not going to be a Gerber, you can combo off of it. And if you're actually really good at the game, you can do stuff like this.
Oh no.
Yeah, and it's really cool because, you know, we go to the wall, right? We go to the wall and we kind of hit you with this, right? Now we have some like we can do like some like dog water like wall combo, right? So we just well, it's just gonna drop at certain angles, but we run up.
Is it parsec?
No,
Okay. It's just angles.
yeah, it's angles. Run up. We do that, and you 6-6-6B, and you can get ring outs over half walls over this low from counter hitting them. It's insane.
Jeez.
Another good move is 6-6B. So 6-6B is good because one, it's I-16. This is your I-16 Punisher. 6-6BK is a string that natural combo string. If you try to roll, you mash 6-6B, people will it will hit them. Now here's the kicker, right? So there's the full string is 6-6B, 6 is B, K, A, right? It costs a talisman to do because every time you see the green shit, it costs talismans, right? That's
Right.
one talisman, right? 6 A plus B, it costs talisman. Every time you see the green shit, it costs talisman. So 6 B, K, A is minus 12, right? But obviously, like if you wait for the full string, you can punish it, right? You can definitely punish it.
Okay.
Here's the kicker. So 6B can go in a stance, right?
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. But like if you know I'm gonna 6B in a stance, you just hit it, you mash, right? Like obviously you're gonna mash. You gotta mash like A or something like that.
Okay.
Right? You mash, right? This is where 6BK comes in.
Oh, that's a mismatch.
Right?
Yeah.
And now 6BK can also go in a stance.
You can't even
Right?
that either. Wow.
Nope, but you can GI.
Okay.
You can try to GI it. It's hard, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
And then go ahead and GI. Or R2, doesn't matter. Go ahead and GI.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
Oh no.
that's crazy.
Ew.
Yeah. So this character, the Sisters B is probably his best move, 100%. The series is probably his best move. It's super good. Catches step to I think slightly to his right. I'm not 100% sure. It's not gonna like catch it like it's like if it's like late frames. If it's like late frames, it'll do it, but it's not like one of those consistent step catches. But it's super good.
Okay.
Super fantastic move. Minus 16 Punisher, really good. You should use it as a Hwang player. Another good move, 3K, standard 3K. It's like Cervantes's. It's +4 on hit, so it's like one of your ways to get frame advantage. When you're close. If you're
that should track better than it does.
if it did, he'd be a problem.
You think so?
100%.
Mine don't track that well.
Yeah, it's the exact same kick, exact same frames.
Yeah.
From Cervantes. Another good move is 2B, because it tech crouches, and this is also +4 on hit. So and it leaves you crouching for some good full crouch 1K or some full crouch 1B mix, which is really good. 3A is really good because it's multi-hitting, which is weird, but like if people box step and you whip the first hit, most time people get caught by the second hit. I think it's really good. It's really far.
I can't
Yeah.
the second part. I can't auto GI it.
Yeah, 100%
That
jails.
move triggers me. Why?
Because
I don't know when it comes out, I don't know what to do because it looks like it's gonna hit. The more something's gonna follow up and hit me.
Yeah, that's kind of the move. It kind of messes with you. It's 0 on hit. That's one of the issues that Hwang has. Is a lot of his stuff is 0 on hit. But like, so like if I like it beside AU and you 2A me like immediately, like it should clash. Oh, am I -2 there? Wow, I'm -2 there. But on 3AA, it should. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
But yeah, one of the moves that I've been using a lot more is full crouch 3B. So you can. So this move is really good because it's -14, but go ahead and try to punish it. I dare you.
Dare me?
Yeah, I dare you. I dare you. A close range, you'll get it. Nah, it's only 14.
Oh, 14. Okay.
But if I space this at all, oops, that's not it.
I don't have any that reaches. I don't have a 14 framer.
You can try to AA.
Oh yeah, there we go.
With reach, but if I go right here,
yeah,
no,
max
Lord.
distance, I can't.
And I do it again, and I see, so it's that move's really good. It tracks to like one side. It's very good versus Nightmare and stuff like that. It's some characters can't punish it. Like Zosimo actually just can't punish it. It's an obnoxious move. Fully tech crouches the whole entire time. It's so good.
And
Let's
the
try
guard
Magnuses.
is guard.
Because I feel like you're gonna be able to block the B.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yep.
little A B ain't gonna work because the A has to hit, but if he's outside of the range of it, A slide B ain't gonna work.
Yep.
If he's
And then I can lethal hit it
And then
because it's -18.
Then we just get boned.
Yeah. Oh, I should probably talk about that move, huh? This move.
Do it.
Okay. This move is really dumb because it tech jumps and like on stance entry, it's plus. And like it's just so good. Whenever you're back turned, you mash that move. Because even if it whiffs from so back up and try to step, just back up and keep stepping. So even if it whiffs, it's so hard to whiff punish.
Oh yeah,
right?
you're not gonna whiff punish, yeah.
Yeah, and block it real quick, just block it. It does so much guard damage. It broke from 13% guard. It's so good. And he also has the back turn low, which by the way, both of these options guard break. Don't ask me why they guard break, but they do. It's really insane. His back turn game is one of the best. 1K is a good move. BB, AA, all that good stuff. And probably the last I can talk about his moves all day. The last move I'll talk about is this move. 6 is B plus K. Now you might be wondering why the heck would you put an armor move in this? So go ahead. So I want you to AA me, then A6 me.
Okay. Ugh.
That's all guaranteed.
Oh my god, dude! So I would have to AA then throw you just to beat it, right?
You can low kick me. Yeah, you can low kick me. Yeah,
but that's still
but like
move. That's still a hard move though.
Yeah, but like, so imagine I'm playing like a character like Astral. So like Astral is in Soul Charge. He does Soul Charge 6B into the Beyblade.
Mm-hmm.
I do 60B plus K. He dies. If Yoshimitsu is in Dragonfly and Soul Charge, he does the Dragonfly KA. I block the K. Do it. Auto GIs. He dies. Right. It's such a good like get off of me tool. Like
right.
if like let's say I do like 1K and a 2A, right? And then all of a sudden you're gonna 1K AA me because or like no. Let's say I do like 1K into BB, right? And so you're gonna stop that with AA, right? So like I do 1K, and then you AA me after I do 1K. All of a sudden, if I did the right combo, you lost 110 damage for trying to play small caliber. That's crazy. Like, sure, it takes 4 talismans, but I'm taking half your life with that.
Yeah,
that doesn't bother me at all, you know. But yeah, those are some of my favorite moves from Hwang. There's definitely a lot more moves, like 2 this is K, which is a very good horizontal mid. That is +2 on crouchers, but doesn't launch crouchers. There's also K6 and like K4, but those moves are more like advanced, and you don't really need them when you are first starting out with Hwang. So
real quick, we're gonna do this episode a little different because Boom covered a lot last time, and I feel like this time he wants to cover a lot also. But if you guys want to jump in with questions, we'll kind of entertain those as between Boom's thoughts also.
Yes, please. But yeah, that's really all there is for cool moves. 8A plus B when you have the lethal hit, 4A plus B when you have the lethal hit. 9B, I love 9B. Jump A is really good because Jump A is +4 on hit, and it is -10 on block. So I don't know why they thought this move was okay, but they did. I think it's steppable to one side. So when I jump, go ahead and step to your right, I think. It might be left. Yeah, there you go.
Weird. That's weird.
But no one's doing that.
No, yeah.
When do you take
the hardest of reads? Go ahead, Saiyne. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Other than knowing his frames, when do you take your turn against Hwang? Because I know that I have to know his frames a little bit better, but it feels like I wouldn't say he can keep on attacking me, but when I play a Hwang player, I'm never really comfortable, I'd say, with taking my turn. And I don't know, are there specific moves where a Hwang player shouldn't be attacking at?
Well, okay. AA is very okay.
Yeah,
so
you like how I segue into that? You like that?
Yeah, I do like it. The answer to your question is very hard for Hwang to maintain technically quote unquote his turn when he takes it with certain moves, right? There are certain moves like 2B, which is like +4, 3K is +4. So those are definitely things where like it's his turn, right? Usually if you're still standing, you can take your turn, but most of his stuff that's really good will knock you down. 6A plus B into Wuzhong B knocks you down. A6 is +2, or you can kind of take your turn, right?
Because there was like his 1A or that low. There's been times where I try to attack after, and even if I'm far away, it feels like I want to take my turn and I just can't. I get blown up.
Yeah, this is -12 for some reason. It's -12. I think it's +4 on hit. It's a stupid move. It's very good. So yeah, usually you want to take your turn when Hwang is like doing his BB and AA because he has to commit. So like if I AA you without going in a stance, I have to commit to like I'm neutral. So like it's anyone's turn. You know what I mean? If I BB you, it's neutral. It's anyone's turn, but I can always BB B. right? Or I can always
Yeah.
A, right? Or if I want to be really grimy, I can A hold, which on hit is a +6 on hit, by the way.
Wow.
So if I A hold +6, I can do stuff like that, right? So the answer, you have to kind of condition the Hwang player into letting you take your turn. There's never a turn where Hwang is just like, I can't take my turn, because he kind of breaks the rules of the game. He has an I-12 vertical, he has an I-12 horizontal, so he definitely is able to like do what he wants, and he has like, you know, uh auto GIs for pretty much everything except for a Hori mid, right? So he can kind of
That's
be greedy with his turns.
that's kind of exhausting. He has already
Yes,
so much stuff to look out for.
Really
yes,
does.
that.
I feel like the more you know about him, the worse it is, because then you're assuming the Hwang player knows as much as you do,
Yeah.
and that's not really the case. So
Yep.
that's like it's a frustrating situation.
Let
It's easy
me
to
let me
overthink
go.
the character, I think.
Yeah, 100%. Fighting him, it's the better the Hwang player, the more annoying it's going to be,
Right.
for sure. Um, but normally Hwang is his weakest when he's chasing you, right? Because a lot of his moves he has to chase you with are pretty high committal, right? If I chase you with 6-6B, you can GI, you can step. 6-6B by itself is -10, right? So that's one of your returns, right? So you definitely want to get Hwang chasing you in order to kind of make it easier, right? If
Okay.
Hwang has a life lead, treat him like Cervantes. If Cervantes has a life lead, it's very difficult to fight Cervantes. But if he doesn't have a life lead, Cervantes can kind of bully you. Same thing goes with Hwang. Hwang has cooler tricks to do it with, but
Debatable.
and like he has an
Debatable.
easier time getting in, but it's still hard for him. It's the weak part of his game, if that makes sense. Um, Let me go to his stances real quick before I forget that they exist. So he's got Wu Zhang stance, which is B+K. He's got a Yin Yang stance, which is 4B+K. He's got I call it chain stance, but it's a Flames of Justice stance, which is B+K down. And he's got Divine Wings, which I call fly stance because he goes fly. With B+K 8.
Just because.
Yeah, that's fair. Wu Zhang stance has the B, the A,
Well, that's the mix
the
up
auto
that
GI.
people do all the time is the A and the B. Okay, I see that.
Yeah, that's Wu Zhang. Yin Yang is the horizontal low, the guard break mid, which is +18,
Ugh.
the horizontal wind. That's Wu Zhang. Fly stance, he has the Hori mid, which is safe and combos on normal hit, which you can actually get this.
Oh,
You've got Wu Zhang B, Divine Me B, which you can hold or you can just let it go. And you've got the bicycle kicks, which is Wu Zhang K, which is -2 on block. On counter hit, it is really cool.
so just so people know to kind of pause there. Generally, -5 and below in a fighting game is extremely good. Generally, like in Tekken and Soul Calibur, I don't want to. I'm not comfortable quoting Virtua Fighter, but generally in 3D games, -5 and below means that
Mhm.
it's not only safe, they can move.
Yes.
Something -8,
Yes.
-9 is safe, but if they try to move at all, they're gonna get their heads mashed.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. In Flames of Justice stance, he's got the B, the chain, which is really good if it chips on block. All his green stuff chips. He's got the A for the horizontal, and he's got the K, which auto GIs verticals. So that's his stances in a nutshell. Does he have a best stance? Yes. Probably Yin Yang because of the mix up. You can like
That's the
it's
plus 18,
18.
right?
Yeah, +18 Hori mid. He's got the no, +18 vertical mid. He's got the Hori mid. He's got the horizontal low. Probably his best stance. His worst stance is probably the chain stance. Until you get into Soul Charge, where everything changes because you can do the stance for free
Oh, gross.
and you can fly for free. And this does guard damage.
So in Soul
And
Charge, he's like Aswell. He gets everything. He gets all his powers.
yeah, he does.
Ugh.
And he can fly. Is a break attack now.
Ugh.
Into the reset and you took 25 damage from blocking. Block for me real quick. You took 25 damage from blocking, dog.
Dude, what do you do, man? It's so
And
much.
and you took 15% guard damage for blocking, dog. That's crazy. Oh, and you want to move? That's crazy. I have the counter. That's crazy. He also has an unbreakable command grab in this. It costs talismans, but it doesn't really matter. Costs 3 talismans. And he's got probably one of the brokest moves in the game, which is 2-2KB.
Just perfect block it. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, good luck. Because I can hold this. I can hold this, by the way. Into make and like fix up the timing, right? So good luck perfect blocking, right?
Yeah. If you listen, you have perfect block on Steam, you know. Good. You're the
Yeah.
man. You're the man.
Good luck. 2-2KB. This move is broken. Natural combo. Go ahead and soul charge when you block the 2-2K. Yeah, it's mine now. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
You can't step it either. Yeah, you can't step it either. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Go ahead and RI it. Go ahead and RI it. Yeah, that's fine.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then he's got a low that does it's 0 on hit, but like bro, it's still a low.
Right.
He's got counter, so go ahead and step for me.
Oh, this one's the scariest thing to get by. Oh.
Nice. Good. Wait, thanks for stepping. Go ahead and duck for me. Go ahead and duck for me. Yeah, go nice. Thanks for ducking. Thanks for playing. Yeah, 86 damage. Yeah. And if you stand still, that's crazy.
Yeah. Good luck trying to break that.
And you thought you were out points for Oki dog? Yo, you're not. Sorry, I just get how you talk about this character.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
Man. That's what we want. We need more Hwang excitement because I'm really tired of all the Hwang bitching. So
yeah,
we need more excitement on the character and people to understand the character. And you know, sometimes people just need a roadmap, right? Everybody wants to get to the destination, but they need a map of, hey, how do I put this all together? So this is super cool of you to kind of give a map to everybody. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No problem. But yeah, that's pretty much stances and stuff for this character, like when it comes to stuff like in a nutshell. I gave like I've been talking for an hour, and I feel like I've like not covered everything, but it's still a lot of information. It's very good.
No,
so.
you know, and we're probably not going to cover everything because I know you're going to take your time on a guide, but this is a good updated version so people can not only reference the first one, and then they can look at this one to see what changed because there's so much has been discovered since then.
Yes. Yeah, is there anything you want me to cover? Because I think I've covered everything that I've wanted to as far as like necessities.
If you
I don't know if there's
you wanted to, like, I think, did anything change with pokes or step killers or anything like that you haven't covered?
Not necessarily. It depends on who you're fighting. Like A6 is always pretty good. 6A plus B is very good. Normally I just like to BB and kind of just chill.
Mm-hmm.
BB,
See what they do, right?
3K, AA, 1B, kind of just chill. You don't really need to do all his cool moves because all his cool moves have a purpose, right? Full cross 3B is very good to like whiff punish stuff, and cause a mix up on hit.
Did your opinion of matchups change at all?
Yes, my opinion of matchups changed a lot actually. A lot of the matchups I thought he won, he doesn't win as free as I thought he would. And a lot of the matchups he loses, he doesn't lose as bad as I thought he did.
Okay, go ahead. Please.
You said what?
Go ahead and go over that, please.
Yeah, you want me to go to the character select screen so I can like look at him real quick?
How do you feel about Setsuka?
I think this character does pretty well against Setsuka. It's hard because Setsuka, I know people like meme on step duck. But when you look at Setsuka and the way that her kit is, it's very hard for her to actually stop it meaningfully. She has to like commit to like slower buttons to stop it. And with the character that has like very good step in general, it's very hard for her to like kind of contain Hwang. It's definitely doable. I think it's slightly in Hwang's favor. And like being able to just like take away her soul charge, because Setsuka's soul charge is actually really solid. It's actually really good. You got mix-ups and stuff like that. But being able to just be like, hey, stop. Like your soul charge is gone. Right, and not only does that stop her soul charge, but also like because the nature of her horizontals are highs, he has ways to just be like, all right, look, I'm 8/8 plus being, it's my turn, I'm +8, etc., etc. And I noticed. So go ahead.
I haven't played you yet, but I played other Hwangs. I played like Kram's Hwang, and other ones. I can never play passive with Setsuka. That's how I usually win, by playing defensively and passive. But if I'm winning against Hwang, I have to be in Hwang's face, or I have to get my damage quick before anything happens.
Yeah,
it feels
and like,
that way.
Yeah, and like you can't punish Hwang because none of Hwang's stuff is super negative.
No,
like you only get Tsukiyomi, you don't get Twister. You get Umbrella sometimes, but like a lot of his stuff is -12 and like lower.
That's probably the trade-off for him not being plus on a lot of stuff, right? It's just he's not negative on stuff either.
Yeah, I think it's very hard for Setsuka to play her way. She could definitely win. Like, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but like she has to like be more aggressive and like use command grab offense. And Hwang's very tricky and hard to catch in those situations. So I think it's slightly in Hwang's favor, but not like something that's like, oh my god, like you need to like switch characters. It's definitely 100% doable with Setsuka. Cassandra, I think is slightly in Hwang's favor. They play kind of like the same pace.
But he has better range.
No, he has better range.
That's what I said. He has better range.
Oh, I think it said she. Sorry.
No, he has better range until she has probably Divine Force, right?
Kind of, but then even then he has like the sticky hands, 2 people's K to kind of like stop her. So it's pretty good. She does more damage than he does,
For sure.
right? And she's very good at being sticky in his face when she gets a chance to. So, but normally it's you can play a spacing game, and if you play like a gorilla with Cassandra, it's a little bit easier.
Right.
But
Well, you have to. That's her playstyle now. It's just keeping them from stepping.
Kind of, but then and then once again, keeping them from stepping. A lot of her step killers are highs, right? Which Hwang has 8 plus B for, can like step duck around as well. But she has ways to deal with step duck besides her Hori mids. But he has very good ways to stop her from deter her from doing Horis. And because Hwang's step is so good, Cassandra's 6BB, Hwang can step in between 6BB.
Ooh, that's cool.
Unheld.
You know that.
So that's a little bit of matchup stuff. Yeah.
Non-delay 6BB.
Non-delay 6BB. I'll show you right now.
Ow.
I'll show you right now.
I'm gonna make another
That's
trick.
different.
Go ahead and keep going, guys. Give me 30
Yeah, 'cause
seconds. Keep going.
He's got the best step in the game. So, best right side step in the game. He can step X's 2-2B. He can step as well 6BA. He can step
my
like a lot of
goodness.
stuff that a lot of people can't. Harmaru's unblockable. He can step.
That unblockable is ridiculous.
It is. I don't have a problem
They're
with it.
spamming now. They're spamming it now.
They are. I don't have a problem with it because I play Hwang. But it's definitely something that's like super annoying. So like, if I do something like this, right? So I just
The mix-up is gone. That's her. That's like her.
yeah.
go-to.
I don't need it anymore. You know, like it's just not a thing anymore. So that's why. See what?
No, I was like, let's see this black magic.
Oh yeah, that's why I think this like some stuff is like really kind of hard for Cassandra to kind of exploit.
Oh my god.
So
Go for it.
yeah.
Oh no.
Who else? I'll just look at. So go ahead.
How do you go ahead, Saiyne? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's what was happening. I was using this move and I was getting stepped.
Yep.
I was like, what the hell is going on? I was getting frustrated.
It's consistent. It's consistent. Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know she could do that. Wow.
Yeah. Mitsu is slightly in Hwang's favor. Mitsu has a hard time catching Hwang. But Mitsu has a better mix-up game when he's in and better plus frames. But Hwang has a better keep out game. And kind of makes Mitsu like do linear stuff coming in. It's probably even. If I kind of like run over it again, but it's definitely one of those cat and mouse games. This is like one of the it makes it pretty much even where whoever gets life lead first has to like has to make the other person approach, and like Hwang's better at keeping away and Mitsu's better at regaining the life lead back. So it's definitely one of those things where like there's a little bit of advantages, but they both kind of do the same thing. So I'd say even. I thought this was a very difficult matchup at first, but now I think it's actually pretty even. Adding 6-6B to my game really helped me win that matchup.
I was gonna say, if you don't mind, yeah, I was gonna stop you at like good and bad, but if you're comfortable, if you don't mind going through the whole cast, I think people would like that.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go for it.
And all this is subject to change with more Hwang gameplay and counterplay and stuff like that. Yeah, you can punish some of her cool stuff. She has a hard time punishing some stuff. But Mina's Mina. She can mix you, right? So it's Mina. But you can definitely outrange her in some cases and outmaneuver her.
Right.
And you can definitely contend with the damage that she brings out. So it's definitely definitely even for me. Taki, this was one that a lot of Hwang players were like, boom, she has an I-12 vertical. Bro, she just smashes 4B and it's super hard to deal with.
Sounds just
And
like
then
that's pretty good.
yeah, I know, right? And then you realize that like it's not that big of a deal. Cause you have an I-12 vertical yourself, and you also have like AA hold, which is +6 on hit. And if you want to get real nerdy with it, so I'll have her. Actually, I don't even do that. I'll have her select a move. I'll do 4BA. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Lightning scroll. So I'm pretty sure this is the move, right? Yeah, there you go.
The one nobody does the second part? Yeah.
Yeah. You see that? If you use 6B plus K, when she 4Bs, you get a trade combo and you can 4BA. Pretty sure you can 4BA.
Ugh.
Oops. Oops.
People have been really dragging how good 4BA is with Taki. It's really not that good.
It's not
No,
that
it's not
good.
because these are
Not
people with
that
bad
good.
reactions. They think it's that great. You could duck the second
Oh.
part. Like Rob showed me that like day 8 the game.
Yeah.
Came out. Like he just did a whole song about it. Duck me, duck me. Now every time I see purple, I think of Rob singing in my head, duck me, duck me. And
Yeah.
I don't lose to that garbage. Like I'm not saying Taki
Pretty
can beat me,
much.
but like the typical Taki will do that nothing but mid high. That's very very linear unless you're in soul
Mhm.
Yeah.
charge. And they're like, oh, she sucks. No, you have a Ferrari.
Yes.
You don't know how to drive it, homie.
Yeah, this character's really good.
Yeah, the cat Taki's a very slept on character. She's strong.
I agree. But this matchup is pretty much, did you get the life lead? Okay, get away. Is she in your face? Okay, hit 6B plus K. You outrange her. She
He's got a
struggles
decent
getting
backdash.
in.
I never noticed that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but he's got a decent backdash.
Yeah, his backdash is actually really good.
I didn't notice that. Fun.
His move is fantastic.
He's
Yeah,
moving
it's annoying.
like Ivy.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's annoying. Wow.
3B, 3B tech crouches some for highest and stuff like that. This matchup is not the greatest. Her punishes hurt because Taki, when she's in range, to punish things. But if you like do things like 6B plus K or 6A plus B, stuff like that, 1K, her punishment game really doesn't really hurt as much when you do like those things that are slightly negative and minus 12, stuff like that. So definitely a winning match in my book for Hwang. Maxi,
Poor Max.
I thought Maxi actually won this matchup because when I first played, because there were certain things, but now the matchup is not good.
Yeah,
It's not bad, but it's not good. It's like probably even. 4AA OS is a lot of Maxi strings as well as 2K. It's definitely doable with Maxi, but it's probably even if I had to give it a number. His mid range game is actually slightly better than Hwang's, but Hwang has this is like one of the matches where Hwang has the tools to like interrupt him whenever Maxi wants to like start any pressure with 4AA, and 6B plus K and 6B, and stuff like that. So I'd probably call this matchup even. Voldo is weird because you're like it's Voldo. Voldo should win, but Voldo doesn't really win. Or it's Voldo Hwang should win, but Hwang doesn't really win this matchup. It's pretty. I would say it's pretty even. Voldo's actually very like slippery.
I'll say
to where
Valdo,
it's
a
hard
lot of
to
his
hit.
matchups, Valdo doesn't win, he just doesn't lose.
Yeah, like 2-2A is very annoying. You don't have a really good ways to deal with his long range Hori mids. He can't really punish your minus 12 things, which is cool. I mean, he can, but it don't hurt. But like, you don't really have fantastic ways to deal with his Mantis stuff. And the ways you do have to deal with his Mantis stuff that'll hit Mantis. He has auto GIs stuff. Back turn is a menace because like you want to mash with Voldo, but he actually just is one of the best mashing characters when he's in back turned because of his I-10 AA, all his stuff that goes underneath things and over things. So it's actually really annoying to fight Voldo. You do a lot more damage than Voldo, so you can kind of keep in, and like being able to like do things like regain life and like take away his bar or get just soul charge and stuff like that, and take away soul charge makes it really kind of keeps you in. If Hwang didn't have that, I would think Voldo would actually win that matchup. His match is like super awkward for Hwang, in my experience. But yeah, Sophie is annoying. It's even probably the purest form of neutral you'll ever find in a match. They both are annoying. Sophie goes under your highs. You just make everything whiff. She does have an easier time making you chase her though, but you do way more damage with her on certain circumstances.
Right.
It's pretty even though. Siegfried, I hate this match personally. I hate this matchup personally. Base hold is super annoying. There's some cool nuance OSs that you can do with Hwang, but Siegfried just A slide shoves A slide B in your throat, and you're just like great. It's really annoying dealing with Siegfried's AGA because it recovers slower. It recovers faster than Nightmare, so you can't really whiff punish it as well.
It's very hard to work.
Yeah, I would give it to like slightly Siegfried, but very slightly.
Like
It's
5.5,
not something.
4.5.
Yeah, 5.5 in Siegfried's favor. And spin is really annoying because a lot of your best moves are verticals, and he just like spins it and like takes away half your life. It's actually kind of dumb. I need to do more research in the match, but right now I definitely think it's like slightly in Siegfried's favor, which could possibly change. Ivy. So thing about Ivy is like when you're not in, it kind of sucks, right?
It seems I can keep Hwang out with Ivy.
Yeah, but like when I'm in, it's like you have to guess for your life.
It's obnoxious,
right?
Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
So like, I think it's like even, depending on the stage. Like if it's like Indian port, GG's. I'll shake your hand right now. But if it's like the freaking forest, I'll play it on the forest, dog, because I don't have to like run as far.
Like Ivy in the
Right?
desert, or the pirate stage, or don't play with her.
Yeah, and like the way I play this match is like I have to use talismans to get in, and so like the longer the stage and the longer the match goes, the more health I'm losing over time, right? So I definitely think that it is. I definitely think it's either even or slightly in Ivy's favor. Doesn't mean that Hwang can't win it. Hwang has very good whiff punishment tools at certain ranges that you wouldn't expect. Like
all Soul Calibur matchups are winnable. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think
Yeah,
in
yeah.
this particular version, I don't think there's any matches unwinnable. I'm not trying to hear anybody say that.
Yeah. It's just this match is super annoying. It's just
Seems
like you guess wrong once, and it's just like, oh, you got low grabbed. Damn, I just reset neutral, dog. That's crazy. You got to get in again. You're just like, bro, like, what is this? This is not fun, dude.
And it seems like she it's not that she can punish him like heavy, but every single time like you hit, like let's say you get me with like a 1A, I don't have to attack you. I don't have to
just run away. Yeah. Yeah, it's so annoying. Speaking of annoying, Killick. I hate Killick.
Me too.
I think every Killick player who says he's bad is bad. You can't whiff punish Killick.
I think
in
order to be a Killick main, you have to be a down player. You have to be.
Pretty much. You can't whiff punish this character. The
can't.
matchup's even. But they both operate at the same range.
Right.
They both kind of do certain things. But this matchup sucks, man. This matchup is dog. It's the most frustrating even I ever played in my game, because you're just like, oh, you wanted to do the best move of the game, 2A, Monument. Be gone! Okay, well, I guess I'm just dead. Oh, but you can re-GI Monument, though. Yeah, I'm going to re-GI Monument every time. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I can do that. Not happening.
I love that. Just GI, bro. I'm like, okay, because I won't lose half my life doing that. Cool.
Yeah. Not like you have options for it. Really, you get really weird interactions with 8A plus B. You don't really take away his soul charge, but you can deplete his soul gauge and lethal hit him every time he's in evil. So there's really cool interactions with that. But yeah, it's not too terrible. You have better movement than him, so you can kind of outmaneuver him, but he just doesn't whiff. It's hard for him to whiff. Zhanghua,
speaking of Roach,
a lot of people see me play against Zhanghua and they're like, wow, this matchup must be actually like really good for Hwang. It's slightly in Hwang's favor.
I think you just know the character very well. I think it's a boom thing.
Yeah.
Hwang thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, this character, once you understand how to like combat Hwang's anti-Zhanghua, the match becomes way more easier for Zhanghua. Hwang can step 2-2B. Hwang can step full cross 3AB on hit. Hwang can like outspace the mess out of this character. But she has an I-12 CE, and a lot of Hwang stuff that you want to do is actually -12, right? So it's at a point where like she just gets a bar and then just sits on it. And like if you're a Hwang player, you don't really know what aura to use versus her, because you want to use the red one, but she doesn't really use soul charge, so you don't really get anything out of that. You use the green one, but like you don't really get any benefits until like later on, and it's like, well, I can use the green one, but I gain life to lose it next round, because if I want to gain life, I have to use talismans, right? So it's a really weird place to be. I try to play it as neutral as possible and just like stay positive and use red talisman because I prefer the meter gain. but I would say Zhanghua loses it very slightly, in my opinion.
Okay.
But definitely 100% winnable. Just watch me play Zeph. 100% winnable in Zhanghua's case. Yoshimitsu, I hate Yoshi. Can we delete this character?
Wait, what?
This character is so dumb. I think this character beats Hwang. He gets in and then he's just like, all right, bro, time to guess. And you're just like, damn, bro, I'm just trying to play. And like, his guard break game is better than yours. His up close game is better than yours. His ring out game is better than yours. His reverse ring out game is better than yours. Your movement's good, but like, when Yoshi gets in, it's Yoshi kills you.
We're in the small minority, Boo. Me and you from day one are telling everybody in every version how great Yoshimitsu is, and
Yeah,
because they can't. Let's call it what it is. Most people can't do the instant, dick punch, so they're going to bring out the character. But if you have the execution, if you have the hand dexterity, Yoshimitsu can be the best character in the game, and I will die on that.
That and like some of the stuff that I know about the character, like that like only like a few of us know, like me and Gio and a couple of the Yoshis that know, like that made this character like really good. This character is just insane. He just runs up in Hwang's spot and Hwang's like, okay, well I guess I'll die now. Yoshi's also very.
I don't think anybody beats Yoshi.
Geralt
Really?
does. Mitsu does. Those are the two characters that beat Yoshi
You
convincingly.
told me that in our other episode. You did tell me that.
Yeah.
Those two characters. Okay.
Maybe Ivy, but like
Ivy
Ivy's
is
kind of
very hard. You have to run away, and she's got nerfed.
Exactly.
Like before, I could keep Yoshi out and just not make him play, but now it's like, god damn, you have to really have immaculate keep out to like keep him out.
Yeah.
Not many every players can do it.
I agree. But yeah, Yoshi kind of fucks Hwang up in my opinion. Nightmare. This is actually kind of even. Maybe slightly Hwang's favor. Hwang has a lot of tools that just make Nightmare kind of like cry. Nightmare has the damage to back it up, but
even armor, like he can.
I've got an I-12 horizontal that breaks armor, an I-12 vertical that breaks armor, a low that breaks armor. That counter hits on armor break.
I have damage upon damage upon damage.
Yeah, I've got horizontals that tech crouch and break armor at the same time. I've got damage. Hey man, I've got you want a soul charge. Nightmare always has meter. I have the anti-soul charge lethal hit. There's a lot of stuff that Hwang can do versus Nightmare. Hwang can even outrange Nightmare in certain instances. If you drill, and I can punish the drill with full crouch 1B and create a mix-up. Nightmare can't punish the -12 strings that Hwang has, so he gets free chip damage and they don't know how to perfect block.
So it's interesting. The Nightmare is a far better character than Siegfried, but you feel with Hwang specifically, you'd rather fight a Nightmare than Siegfried.
Yeah, he just has the tools to fight Nightmare better than he does Hwang.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the Horis that I use versus in both of them, like Siegfried either base holds or ducks with base hold and deletes me, and Nightmare just has to hold it because it beats his armor, goes under AGA, and stuff like that. So it's definitely it's definitely easier to fight Nightmare than Siegfried in my opinion. Astaroth, I think Hwang does really well versus Astaroth, being able to OS grabs. He's got an OS with his grab, with A+B, with OSs.
I think Astaroth in the entire game is the hardest character to put into a tier or a matchup because it depends on the player and if the player is having momentum that day because he can get run over or run you over within a matter of seconds.
I agree, but when you have a character that takes away one of Astaroth's best parts of his game with his grabs, it's a little bit of a different story in my opinion. 8A+B, you did the armor grab, get GI'd. Command grab, get GI'd. Low grab, get punished. And I'm +8. It's super annoying. A lot of your hits are 2 hits, so his armor doesn't really do much.
So you feel Hwang takes away his best tools pretty well. Yeah,
I 100% agree. Not to say that Astaroth can't win because Astaroth has like ridiculous amounts of damage, and you're not going to be able to be perfect with the auto GI stuff like that. Right. But I definitely think it's Hwang favored for sure. Okay. Cervantes, this is probably like another purest form of neutral.
It is.
It's whoever gets the life lead first runs away and
our matches
tries
from
to
day
hold
one
on to
with
it.
Hwang and Cervantes were always fun.
Yeah, it's just
we would go like up to in a fighting game. This is a long ass time. One time we saw like 11 seconds of us just moving back and forth, just scared to press the button.
yeah.
It's just like that sometimes, man. It's funny.
Yeah. And it's like you got the life lead, then you gotta approach me. Oh, I got the life lead, then you gotta like the other person has to approach. 100% even.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, nothing really else need to be said there. There's nothing really special there. Raphael, I think this matchup is good for Hwang, but it's Raph. I haven't really fought a lot of good Raph players
He's got a great
like
comeback factor. Excellent comeback factor.
yeah. I haven't really fought a lot of Raphs like maybe consider otherwise. 40 plus B is really good versus certain stances. And having the best step in the game really helps versus Raph's verticals, horizontals, and some horizontals that he can just step through. But definitely feels like Raph. And also when you're 80 plus B, you take away one of Raph's best get started tools and soul charge, so he doesn't really get to play the game a lot. So I'd say that Hwang does really well in this match. Talam,
Delete her.
yeah, delete her.
Delete her.
So it's even, but like 60B plus K deletes a lot of her stance and stuff. So like, I'm not really sure. I gotta play like a better Talam to like say it's in Hwang's favor because I still have some stuff to test. But Hwang does well in this match. It's not like Hwang's not like begging for anything in this match. Like I definitely think it's even at. I think it's even at worst for
So
Hwang.
how would you contain a really, really aggressive Tom with Hwang?
How would I contain? Well, I can
That's hard,
take
man.
the block frames that she gives me to move away. In order for her to catch backstep, she has to commit to the things that are high committal. 6-6B, which is I think it's a special mid now. Not sure. It might be a high when you're not in wind terror charge. Just 6K, which is minus 14. I get damaged. I'm out of there. You know what I mean? A lot of her good approach tools are like high, right?
Okay.
And a lot of her good backstepping tools require her to have significant frame advantage. And if you don't never give that to her, she has to continue to chase you, right?
Okay.
6B plus K does well against a lot of her stance options. Single K does really well against 2K. There's a lot of stuff you can do, and having an I-12 vertical which slams her down is really good. And because her stuff is a bunch of highs, when she's in soul charge, you can use your anti-soul charge lethal hit to like take away some of her best tools and soul, or deter her from using some of her best tools in soul charge. You know what I mean? So Tira, I haven't fought like very good Tiras besides like Vespers Tira, and I haven't like had enough gameplay to like actually like accurately rate this match, but it probably feels even. Zatstamel is also even. 60B plus K is very good to like go through some of his strings, but like it's Zas. He can play like frames very well, and having the threat of a C is really annoying.
Zas plays Zas. Zas just takes advantage of the Soul Calibur system better than most characters, I still think.
Yeah, and
I'm not trying to hear the Zas playing, guys. I'm not trying to hear it. I'm sorry.
This is probably very even. Girl is also even. There's not really much you can. It's pretty much neutral the match, except he gets soul charge. You have your anti soul charge. It's pretty much like the light side versus the dark side. To be honest with you, it's like, can you stop his soul charge? Yes. Okay. Good. No. Okay. You lose. Pretty much. They both do very well in neutral, as well as also very even. You just have to understand like when Aslo's in sword, you just poke him down. He's in axe, you mash. When he's in the spear, you kind of be careful. No pun intended. Geralt is also very even. Both characters do the same thing, except you don't have to use soul charge. You can use your meter to like CE and gain talismans. It'd be a very neutral focus match. 2B, I think Hwang shits on 2B. Armor is so good.
Anybody should
Neutral game is so good. Not fair. 60B plus K is so good versus AGS options. You have good punishment versus this character. This character has a hard time chasing you. You have good step. You can sometimes step AGSA and soul charge.
Really?
Yeah, this is a very hard matchup for 2B if the Hwang player is playing on point.
That's crazy.
That's
yeah.
I never would have thought of that. AGA I've tried so many times. And, man,
it's
wild.
Next time you see Geo, ask him about it. It's not super consistent, but it's definitely steppable. But if you don't step it, you just hit 60 people's K and take 110 for them going in, take 110 damage for them going into AGS. So it's pretty cool.
Wow.
Amy, I think it's pretty even. I have to reapproach this match. What I thought worked didn't, but I need to be more basic with the match, and I think it's 100% even. Amy kind of has a hard time chasing Hwang until she has red roses. When she has red, it's kind of annoying, but you can still like do stuff. Her having an eye is annoying too.
Fully loaded Amy is a different conversation, right?
Fully loaded Amy, yeah, it's really hard to beat fully loaded Amy, but yeah, it's pretty even. Cassandra, we talked about Cassandra. Hildy, I think Hwang loses this. You can't do anything. This character's dumb. You can't move.
Really annoying.
Yeah, you can't move otherwise I get counter hit and I die. I can't breathe otherwise I get counter hit and I die. Like, I can't smother her because she hits 3k and it's a horizontal 3k that's +4 on counter hit. I get hell swept. This character's annoying. Her has very good keep out game, very good movement too.
I don't think anybody beats Hilda.
Cassandra
beats her.
Sophie, the sisters beat her. I think sisters beat her pretty bad. Okay. She just can't get away. And other than that, maybe Siegfried as well, because the way Siegfried kind of shoves things down her throat. But I'm not 100% sure on that one. But yeah, I definitely put the sisters up there. And some people say Yoshimitsu, because Yoshimitsu gets in and just kind of like does Yoshi things. But yeah. Hamaru's pretty even. You kind of out damage him when you get in.
Even his mid tip range. His mid tip range is really strong. How do you feel about?
Well, his mid tip range is like 6B, right? But you actually outrange 6B with full crouch 1B. And you can like 6B plus K, 6A plus B with punish and stuff like that. So you actually can contend with him mid range, ironically. Okay. It's just if he gets a life lead, it's kind of annoying to chase. But like if you get the life lead, you're more annoying to chase than he is. Because Hamaru was all like backstep, but you have like backstep and sidestep, and like you have like 6-6B to deter him from backstepping and 6-6A. And he has like slower ways. Yeah, his ability to catch up on you is worse than your ability to catch up on him.
Right.
And all of his damage comes from like, did you whiff something big? Oh yeah, that's it. Like that's really all of his sequences come from. It doesn't really come from his pokes. While you're like, oh, you poke somebody, 6A plus B, confirm. That's 60 damage right, 56 damage right there. That's 1/4 of a life bar for trying to approach. You know what I mean?
So there's not much to worry about. Unless if you're not messing up.
I mean, yeah. If you're the way I fight Hamaru is it doesn't matter how many times he hits me, because if I hit him once, and his frames are slower than mine, if I hit him once, I have the chance to snowball it back, no matter who I play. Just this nature of the character. And when I played him with Yoshi, when I played him with Hwang, right?
Okay.
But it's definitely like I wouldn't mind calling it even. And Tetsuko we talked about slightly in Hwang's favor. Just because like. He has very good ways to stop her from using her horizontals. Her verticals are still annoying as fuck, but there's not really.
6B is really good against him. Surprising.
Super good, because if he like supports with highs, but then he just runs up and 3Ks you, and you're just like, fuck, you know. So and he's got hori mids, which are up to wazoo. But yeah, that's what I think his matchup spread is. If I had to like give an educated guess on his match, there's still more I need to like delve into. I don't think he loses a lot of matchups, to be honest with you, because I think he has the ability to handle every single one of them. It's just that like this character is fucking insanely hard to play. So,
damn, you went over like a lot, and I really I appreciate all of it, man. For real, like thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So I think the chat is so overwhelmed with Hwang that they're quiet tonight, but you know, I never shut the fuck up, so I ask plenty of questions. So, Saiyne, do you have any questions, my man?
I don't even know where to begin. I have questions, but it's just like I think I have to go and lab some stuff because Boom gave me ideas of what to lab, like what strings to look out for.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the life force thing is really confusing, but I like how you broke it down.
Yeah, honestly, I just assumed you were cheating all the time, but now that you actually broke everything down, you know, it makes a lot more sense now.
I'm glad.
I can at least start like actually labbing against him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the character in a nutshell without going into too much nuanced stuff.
No, yeah, thank you for the update and everything, man. And let's see. Yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I'll have this uploaded tonight because I'm off tomorrow. I'm gonna refilm the rum and coke. Thank you very very much for saying as a special guest. I always love co-hosting with you. And thank you,
Thank you.
Boom, for the third episode. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it. I'll
no
probably
problem.
find a way to con you into another one, but I gotta get creative here.
That's fair. That's fair.
Thanks everybody for joining in there. Everybody have a great night.